First fighter, he is a light middleweight at 156 pounds. He is opposed by Antwon Echols, a young man who is out of Memphis, Tennessee. Marquez is 20. Echols is 21. You can see how Echols got here. This is for the championship of 156 pounds in the 1992 U.S. Olympic boxing trials. Man in the ring is Armando Garcia of Miami, Florida. And of course, in amateur boxing, that referee always very, very important. He's in complete control of the action in the ring. He is the final authority. He has 3 commands: break, box, and stop. He does not score. Al, you mentioned that you really like Raul Marquez. Tell me why.
Well, he's a very powerful puncher. Maybe one of the most powerful punchers here at the trials. And, of course, his southpaw style gives trouble to a lot of guys. This is a little atypical of a lot of the amateur matches in that both these men are probably coming in here looking for a knockout or a referee stops the fight.
And we will continually update you on the score. Now, this is official. 3 of 5 judges, as Beasley Reese just tried to document, have agreed that Marquez has landed the majority of the punches early round of round 1. And you know, in our conversation with Raul, he said one of the things he has to work out in this scoring system is to start a little quicker, which he has done in this final bout.
Boy, has he ever, landing good left hands and right hooks to the head of Echols. And Echols, I mentioned it, he can punch, but he has been down on several occasions as an amateur. He lost in that respect to Robert Allen, a man who gave Raul Marquez a tremendous go earlier in the trials. They had a war.
Again, Marquez in red. Echols in blue. As you watch the scoring accumulate for both boxers, it takes the subjectivity out of scoring. It used to be, oh, it's close, you know, we'll give him 2019, 2018. Now it's very specific when it comes to the scoring of amateur boxing.
Except that the subjectivity remains in terms of what punches you count.
That is true.
But it does take away, at least it makes it more definitive. And the whole point of this system is you can go back to the judges. If the judges can't count punches accurately, it's their problem. I don't believe it will be the system's problem.
That is a big point that the Amateur Boxing Federation here in Worcester, Massachusetts made to us. Don't blame the system. We're trying to educate the judges.
And so far in this first round, Raul Marquez's power, which is always his strong suit, has really been the difference. In addition to landing more punches, he has, I think, stunned Echols on 2 or 3 different occasions.
And Raul Marquez, hero, hands of stone. Roberto Duran.
Inside the ring, you can't have one too much better. Now there's the right hand finally getting through for Echols. He's got a good right hand.
This is the first time these 2 gentlemen have met. And Antwon Echols has only been boxing 2.5 years. There's a caution from referee Armando Garcia to Marquez for butting. And of course, anytime the referee says stop in the ring, that automatically stops the clock as we come to the close of round 1 for these 156-pounders.
There's never...
In red is 20-year-old Raul Marquez. In blue is 21-year-old Antwon Echols. This is the second round. This is the championship fight for the 156-pounders. And as you can see, Raul Marquez in complete command, Al.
And they want Echols to box a little bit more in his corner, even though he got here by winning on a knockout in the semifinals. He wants to box Marquez. They feel that's his best bet.
A little background on Antwon Echols. He lives in Davenport, Iowa. Trains out of the same gym as does Michael Nunn, has sparred with him. So he's probably used to being hit with some heavy punches. And again, this is his first time against Raul Marquez. And to show you how impressive Raul Marquez is, Lou Duba, father of Dan, got up at 3 o'clock this morning to get here from Virginia Beach, Virginia, to watch Raul Marquez fight here today.
And to work in his corner as well. Marquez has had a tough trial. This is the most he's dominated the match. He had a tough time with Robert Allen against Lonnie Bradley, had a tough time. But you see here, that's the official scoring. That's how far he is ahead right now. So this is more one-sided for Raul Marquez than I think most people would have imagined.
We've also got Antwon Echols now with his mouth bleeding as referee Armando Garcia steps in for a mandatory 8 count. That carries no more weight than a simple jab landed. But the boxers in amateur boxing are at first and foremost protected by the referee.
Yeah, the standing 8 count, if you had 3 in 1 round, 4 in a fight, it would be stopped. And right now, the power of Marquez, Bob, is just too much for Echols. And it's by far the most accurate puncher we've seen from Marquez in these trials.
Interesting note, even though Marquez has had almost 100 amateur fights, his mother Yolanda will not watch this boxing match live. She'll watch it on tape, but she does not want to see her son injured in any way, so she can't stand a watching fight live.
They said she might make an exception in Barcelona, but watching on NBC as we broadcast it back here.
I would think. Final minute of round 2, again, Raul Marquez in red at 156 pounds. He is dominating his opponent in blue, Antwon Echols.
Raul, of course, is rated number 8 in the world, and so, but many believe he's actually better than that, and he is considered, if he would win here and go on to win the box office, one of our good hopes for a medal in Barcelona.
Marquez won his first boxing title at age 15, and ever since then, the Marquez house has been all boxing, both trophies and conversation. There was a caution to Marquez for not stepping back on a break by referee Armando Garcia out of Miami, Florida. And now right above us. This is the second round. Final 10 seconds of round 2, and Marquez, nice, another standing 8 count. That's the second, of course. Three standing 8 counts in a round, and the fight is over. You see the clock stop. This is the end of round 2. Third round, Raul Marquez in red. Clearly, at this point, dominating Antwon Echols. These are 156-pounders. You can see the score, what a wide margin there is between the two fighters.
And Echols has not been able to get the right hand home as much as he would have liked. He used that punch very effectively, knocking out Cassius Matthews in the semifinals. But it has not had a big impact. There he lands it, but Marquez just shrugs it off. The most precise effort so far in the trials from Marquez, Bob. He's been very good with his jab, doing a better job defensively, as you see there, and getting the right hook in also.
You know, the thing I like about Marquez, and I haven't seen him a lot, this is only the third time I've seen him, but he moves laterally very well. It's something I think that professional boxers have a difficult time learning, but he likes it and is very comfortable moving side to side.
He's not super fast, but he's got the right movement. And that gentleman will certainly be working on it with him, Lou Duva, after he turns pro. In this competition, your trainer, whether he be pro or amateur, is allowed to work in your corner.
But what he's not allowed to do is talk to the boxer. I mean, Lou Duva is one of the biggest talkers you'll find.
You'd have to put a muzzle on Lou Duva from talking to a boxer.
A muzzle might help. I'm not sure, Al.
There you see the scoring, and you know this one ends up being a pretty one-sided affair. Surprisingly so, because Echols was thought to give Marquez some trouble, but this is why Raul Marquez is ranked in the top 10 in the world, and this is Marquez at his best, and what the American contingent hopes he would perform this way in Barcelona.
And for you amateur boxing fans who are going to watch the Olympics, a nice uppercut there by Marquez, and a good left, and a third standing 8 count now for Antwon Echols. Again, to remind you, 4 standing 8 counts in a fight, and the fight is over. As I was going to say, though, the scoring in Barcelona is going to remain on the screen almost all the time, so you're getting your first taste of how the scoring in amateur boxing has changed. It's called majority rule scoring. It's the electronic scoring system.
Echols now going to work on Marquez, understanding he's in a desperate situation. Another standing 8 count and he would be out of there, and he knows he's way behind in scoring. He is landing some right hands against Marquez. Those are arm punches primarily.
Yes, he does look very fatigued. I think Marquez in the first round took a lot of the steam out of Echols, and the referee Armando Garcia watching Antwon Echols very closely. Echols already with 3 standing 8 counts, a 4th, and this fight is over. Final seconds of round 3, and by the electronic scoring system, Raul Marquez wins the 156-pound division. By the electronic scoring system, there is your winner. Raul Marquez will join Jim Lampley in the Prudential Update studio after this.
His mother, Oscar now waits moments away from his